Well, the truth is, Chris, we have had virtually no oil. If you were on the Mississippi Gulf Coast anytime in the last 48 days, you didn't see any oil at all. We've had a few tar balls, but we have tar balls every year as a natural product of the Gulf of Mexico. 250,000 to 750,000 barrels of oil seep into the Gulf of Mexico through the floor every year. So tar balls are no big deal. In fact, I read that Pensacola or the Florida beaches, when they had tar balls yesterday, didn't even close. They just sent people out to pick them up and throw them in the bag. The biggest negative impact for us has been the news coverage. There's been no distinction between Grand Isle and Venice and the places in Louisiana that we feel so terrible for that have had oil washing up on them. But to the average viewer to this show thinks that the whole coast from Florida to Texas is ankle deep in oil. And of course, it's very, very bad for our tourist season. That's the real economic damage. Our first closure of fisheries in Mississippi waters came just earlier this week after about 45 days. So it may be hard for the viewer to understand, but the worst thing for us has been how our tourist season has been hurt by the misperception of what's going on down here. The Mississippi Gulf Coast is beautiful. As I tell people, the coast is clear. Come on down.
And I want to get a quick answer to this if I can. The White House says until they figure out what happened, a question that you asked, and how to make sure it doesn't happen again, it would be foolish to let these oil companies, including BP, drill new deep-water wells.
Well, I disagree with that, because the alternative to that is we've shut in 33 wells just kind of in the middle of production. Who knows if they'll ever come back? And we're going to push all the equipment away, and we're not going to have it to drill here. Now, if we were drilling more onshore, if we were drilling more in Alaska, you could say, okay, we can take a longer break in the Gulf. But don't think that a 6-month moratorium means 6 months. It means much, much longer than that.